Hey y'all, it's Michelle Pippin with WomenWhoWow.com and our official Women Who Wow blog at BeMichellePippin.com. And I'm here for another episode of Mornings with Michelle. And today I want to talk about 3 tips or 3 ways that you can stay on top of your content marketing. Nothing seems to plague thought leaders, experts, coaches, consultants, podcasters, nothing seems to plague us more than this idea that there's so much content we have to produce, and how can we stay on top of it all? How can we get it all done? I talk with a lot of people who want to be more prolific in their content, more persistent, more consistent in their content, and we always start really strong, and we've been taught a lot of different tricks and strategies that are meant to keep us consistent in our content, kind of keep us ahead of our content. I have used and I've even taught some of these different strategies myself, and the problem with them is that they're almost like a diet. So things like batching, and I used batching for a content strategy for a long time. I've used content calendars. I have taught content calendars, and I do some of that still. Although not a whole lot of it do I do still. And the thing is that I really feel like the wave of the future, the content of the future, the way content will have most power in your business and be able to really catapult you into the level that you are after in your business. I really believe that the way this happens is when you're serving up content that's sort of hot and fresh to your market. So it's not all of this pre-created content. I used to, sit down, batch content for several hours and then have content for a month or what have you. But the truth is, you can't really bob and weave with your content. You can't be right now relevant when you've pre-produced content a month in advance. And so, while I'm not saying don't batch content, and I'm not saying don't use your content calendar, I am saying that it's not those tips that are going to help you stay relevant and compelling and consistent in your content. I want to give you 3 tips other than that, which I don't see a lot of people talking about. So I want to give you 3 tips based on my own content production. I produce a heck of a lot of content each and every day, served up hot and fresh each and every day, so it's always right now relevant. And I do this in a very small period of time. And so I want to share 3 tips because I've gone through a bunch of different content marketing, strategies and phases and seasons in my business, and I have not always kept up with it the way I have over the past year or so, when ironically I've been producing a whole lot more content, not sticking to a content calendar, not batching my content. So I want to share my three tips with you. So the first tip is create a routine around creating your content, right? I don't care so much about when you create your content, if you're a morning person, if you're an evening person, if you do it before clients or after clients or whatever, but it's sort of like that nap schedule. I don't know if you remember that book Baby Wise. It was really wildly popular when my oldest 2 kids were born. They're 16 and 18 now, so it's been quite a while. But this was a book that was very specific. It walked you through a morning schedule, actually a daily schedule, with your kids. It actually was like, wake them up they wake up at this time, put them down at nap at this time. It had an actual time for everything, and I just couldn't get into that. That's not my style of living, let alone parenting or what have you. But what changed everything for me was the routine. And what I was doing as a young parent was I would nurse my baby to sleep, I'd put her down, and then she'd wake up, and then we'd play, and then we'd nurse, go down and play. And what happened was that book, Baby Wise, the only thing I took from it was a different order. And so what I did was I started nursing, letting her play, and then going to sleep. It kind of changed everything. The same sort of principle or shift happened with my content production. And what I decided to do was to create a routine around it. So for me, my content routine is the same each and every day. It doesn't always occur at the same time each and every day. Ironically, I just adopted this week an entirely new morning routine that extends till about 11 o'clock in the morning. It takes care of all of my most important stuff, and I'm on day 2 of that, and it's already been challenged. It's already been stressful. The world is giving me an opportunity to prove my commitment to this new routine that I have. But I do have one, and one thing that's helped over the past year or so is the fact that my content creation routine is so set in stone. It's automatic, it's habitual. And so I do my Bible time, I do my journal, and I kind of start sketching out what I feel like the message might be for that day, or what I feel like I need to say, or what people might need to hear, and that's what my message becomes. And so that's sort of like, if you can look at what you'd like to do before your you create your content, and what kind of routine really would support you creating your best content, then that's what you need to make into a routine. Do it the same every day so that you create a space for creating content that's compelling and relevant and something and all of that. So the second rule is avoid self-censorship. This is a really heavy weight to carry when we are, censoring ourselves. Is this good enough? Is this professional enough? Is it saying the right thing? Is somebody going to get mad about it? Whatever. We don't want to censor ourselves so much that what comes out is lukewarm and blasé and not compelling to anyone. And your writing, you just want to let the message be the message. And you don't have to worry, and you shouldn't worry about censoring yourself in any way, shape, or form, right? Especially if you are here, and many of you are telling me, I want to be a thought leader, right? I want to be at the helm of this industry. I want to be the go-to person. I want to be the person with a long line out my door. Well, you can't censor yourself. You got to show up and let your words be your words, and not pretty up and censor it down. This is one way to make content really stressful and really long, and by the time you finally get it perfect enough to publish, it's no longer relevant. So first rule, create a routine around your content. Second rule, avoid self-censorship. And the third rule is write what you know, or speak what you know, or what have you. I'm talking about this. I think one of my expertise is absolutely creating compelling daily content. And so I can talk about this. I can write about this for days. I could do a 4-day event just on this. What you want to write about is what you know that you know that you know, right? If you want to write what you can't write, you want to say what other people are thinking, but maybe not what they're saying, right? Because they're censoring themselves. And the thing is if you're writing about what you know that you know that you know, then a lot of the research goes away, and a lot of the weight goes away in terms of how you're going to present to your tribe and to your world. So create a routine around it, preferably daily, for creating your content. Avoid self-censorship. Just don't do it. Let that monkey off your back, and write about what you know. In these ways, your content becomes not only almost effortless to produce, right? But it also becomes more authentic, a more powerful representation of your brand, and a more magnetic piece of marketing for your ideal prospects and your clients. So I hope that you guys appreciated this Mornings with Michelle. I really hope to begin having more of a conversation with you. So if you can, plan on meeting me here for 10 to 20 minutes every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, on the Women Who Wow Facebook page, and we'll have a conversation. But really looking forward to tomorrow's Morning with Michelle, 10 a.m. Eastern, of course. And if you have anything you'd like me to cover, or a question you want me to tackle, then let me know, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.